As a Black author, people have expected me to write Black characters, Black stories, because I write so many different genres and things. I think people have loosened their specific expectations of me because they see now that I'll do whatever the hell I want and that I do a lot of different things. I've had weird things like my book covers. There's always color issues on the book covers, and it's about selling the project. It's about selling it to the person walking in the bookstore, rather than me trying to sell it to the publisher, that I think has been interesting. Orleans is a really cool cover, and it's the main character is African American, and it's set in a post-disaster future New Orleans. And the first cover they gave me looked great, except that the girl on the cover, her back is to you, she was blonde, and she looked like she had a Guatemalan backpack and designer short jeans and a ponytail. And I was like, well, that's weird, because this is like a post-apocalyptic almost story, and like, who's she? Is she a aerobics instructor on vacation in my story? And they were like, oh. And then they like darkened her skin, and they dirtied up her clothes, and they got rid of the ponytail, and they gave it braid texture. And I'm like, just have the artist read the book, or at least just read the character descriptions. And I've had that quite a bit, where conversely, Fly Girl is a World War II story. A light-skinned Black girl who passes for white in order to join the Women's Air Force Service pilots, which were civilian women who learned to fly military planes here in the States to free up the pilots here to go overseas and fight in the war, to free up the men. And my main character is a light-skinned Black girl, and she's able to pass for white, and the cover is absolutely beautiful. It's her and her pilot's gear, sort of looking to the skies. It looks like a propaganda poster, and there's like silhouettes of airplanes in a V formation behind her, and it looked great. And then they were like, what do you think of this one instead? And they had darkened her skin tone, and I was like, well, it was better before because she's passing. And they're like, well, nobody believed that she was Black. So we sort of, and I'm like, but the whole point of the story is you're not supposed to believe it. So it's the racism or racial issues have been in presenting the cover mostly, not in content of I've never had someone say, except for once, have someone say, oh, this character should be this, or this character should be that. And I didn't work with the people who told me.